Police officers tell us, let us do our jobs, that our hands are tied. Is that part of our problem? What can you do to solve that?
Aaron, I too sit with quite a few police officers and listen to their recommendations and what they want to see, and that's the reason why at the beginning I harped on new leadership in that police department. And it's nothing personal to the current police chief. I hear that he's a good person from other police officers, from members of his congregation at his church. It's about bringing the competencies and the time to the job. The competencies as far as operations, for instance. Right now, our peak crime hours is around 10 o'clock at night in Shreveport. So why aren't the bulk of our officers patrolling our streets during those times? If you have the operational background for that, then a police chief will recognize that. And I'm sure those are the type of gripes and complaints that the officers working the streets notice. And those are the ones bringing it up. So I have to side with our officers in that. And again, leadership is very, very important. And aside from leadership, as I've already pointed out, we got to increase the police presence in our neighborhoods where it's needed most.
Stephen?
Yes, I think that we have to have a district level approach to crime fighting. We cannot sit back. I've said for the last 3 years that we cannot sit back and pretend that crime is down. The numbers, we can make the numbers say what they want to say. That's just some way to go out and tell citizens that, hey, your home got broken in this morning, but it's okay. 200,000 other folks didn't. We have to hold people accountable. I have advocated and tried to put in place a system that will actually hold individuals accountable with the crime cameras and the shot spotting technology. We have to come into the 21st century with regard to our technology and how we actually deal with policing. I believe we can do a build out at some of our SPAR centers to increase the presence in our police districts and make sure that our response times are quicker. And so I think citizens will feel a little bit more confident. There was a news article a couple of days ago that said people have no faith that people will show up on time. And so we have to be serious about our response time and making sure that our officers are responding and making sure that our leadership is held accountable.
Leo Savage?
I talk to people all the time, and every time they say something, they're like, I'm leaving Shreveport, I'm moving to Bossier. I said, why? They said, well, simply because, Shreveport police, everybody gets by with things. Over in Bossier, they don't play. Well, I want to make sure you look at it, speed of the leader, speed of the pack. And I want to make sure we have a leader who allows our police officers to be tough. I want that reputation here. I don't want to be on national television with anything bad, but I do want our police officers to do what they do, what they signed up to do, and that is to uphold justice. They are there to protect and serve, and that's what I expect them to do, and that's what I expect our police chief to allow them to do. Right now we don't even have it where they can do a chase because of safety. But so somebody robs you, we catch somebody, they take off, and we can't even chase them. Let's watch them. So to answer your question specifically, absolutely, I think that the gloves need to come off. We need to get tough on crime.
Mayor Tyler.
Thank you so much. And let me just say that we all are concerned about crime. Crime is up and down in every urban major city in America, not just Shreveport. And crime has really spiked in the last year and a half, but it has spiked across the country. But let me tell you, we have plans in place. We collaborate, we team, we have task forces, not only in Shreveport, with the national FBI, with the U.S. Marshal's Office, with the Sheriff Department. We have put together a strategic plan, and we're working that plan. Now, people are willing to look at the numbers when they're up, but they're not willing to look at the numbers when they start going down. Crime spikes up and down. It's most of it is domestic related. The incident yesterday was a domestic related incident. People, this is a free country. You have a right to have a gun, and people are free to make decisions. But we have to come together as a community, and we can solve those crimes. And I can tell you that 1 million people come in here every year and enjoy Shreveport. It's a great place to be, and they're not afraid.
Jim Talaferro.
Yeah, of all the candidates, I'm the only law enforcement candidate with over 30 years law enforcement experience. One of the things that I do know is the functionality and the dysfunctionality of the police department. There are many things that need to be done. We need to actually place good leadership in the police department. A leader's responsibility is to train other leaders. This is what police officers are looking for, someone that is the tip of the spear that they can follow, someone that sets the course, charts the course and sets the sail, and then points the ship in the right direction. You know, we need to give them competitive salaries. You know, we are far below the national average as far as our population is concerned. These are morale builders. These are morale losers. So what we need to focus on is, you know, let's do something for our officers. Let's give them a great fleet. Let's give them even a new building. This should be in a 5-year plan at least. But let's treat them like they need to be treated, you know, like they serve and protect out there, and we'll do fine.